Oh. Ooh. So yeah, guys, hello, welcome back to the £3.30 podcast. I am your host, Asha every day.
You're not our host, and my name is Reem.
And I'm Sana.
Okay, so who's going to explain, like, what the hell, the last few weeks, it's just all been a bit...
I feel like we should just start with an apology, really, because I feel like
100%.
a lot of people have been asking us where the hell we've been.
Yeah.
And the simple answer to that would be, I don't even know.
No, life is just hard sometimes. That's my excuse for everything.
Yeah, man.
Truly.
I don't know. But I feel like it's the perfect excuse. Like you can't say no to that.
Yeah, it is. It's not easy. Like, even now, what time is it near you?
It's 12:35 currently in
AM.
Doha.
It's mad. It's like we honestly.
Yeah,
we're
so this is our
trying.
first. Sorry, say that again.
I said honestly, we are trying. It doesn't look like we are. This is us trying.
It really does not. No, but we've actually been all so busy. Like, for everyone that's listening, obviously Asha every day is not on the podcast today, so we're filling in for her.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing 50p each. But what's it called? Frederick doesn't get my joke.
Oh, bless him. It does.
It makes a
we're
pound.
just giving a bit more. We're just giving a
And
bit
she's
more than
£1
usual.
of £3.30.
Yeah, but there's 30p left.
30p is you and Nathan.
Innit? 15p each.
But yeah, Asha every day. I keep calling it Asha. You can't just call her Asha, can you? I don't know. It's a bit unnatural. But Asha is not here with us today. She's got some family things to deal with. And last week she was away in California living life. And stunting on Instagram. Have you seen her pictures?
Me, of
They
course.
look
I have.
amazing.
Bloody mashallah. I was like, hello, is this my friend? You know when you get gas, like, wow.
For
like,
real.
Can I be like you?
I don't know if it was obviously it's her, but I feel like California just added a bit of
It's the lighting, bruv.
a bit of a touch.
No, but
The
she did
golden
say
hour.
though. She literally did say that the lighting is different. So basically, this whole podcast is us going to be talking about Asha.
Yeah, because we missed her.
We do. It's not right without her.
It really
yeah,
isn't.
she was away.
We are so sorry, guys.
And the distance. What's it called? The time difference is like stupid. It's like 8 hours from here, and I don't know how long for
Yeah,
you. It's just mad.
Yeah, I don't even know why we thought we could do it while she was away.
Bless us.
I mean, I respect the bless us indeed. I respect us trying, but you know, it is how it is. But anyway, we're back, and next week we'll be back, inshallah, with Asha.
Yeah.
And we'd be back to the regular schedules. I hope and assume.
Yes, I hope so too. Imagine this is just her way of saying she's not doing it anymore. No, you guys.
And she doesn't even want to be a part of it.
Do it without me. Do it without me. Like, listen, I'll get mad if you don't. Yeah.
Innit?
And we're like, okay, cool. Next week, oh no, like, listen. Last week, everyone was saying that you two have like some good chemistry. You know, I think you should just go for it. Leaves group chat.
In the meantime, she's like lining up a podcast with some other big platform. Asha Everyday Podcast.
And she's like, you know, friends hold you back. I had these two Arab girls. Oh, it was all long. And we're just sat there like sidemen, like, I know.
Subtweeting us.
We don't even realise it's happening, bro. These times she's at a meeting.
Nah, I miss her so much.
No, but for
Miss her
real,
cotton socks.
please like pray for her, keep her family in your du'as and stuff. Yeah, good vibes for Asha. We love you dearly, and it's just not the same without you. I don't know.
We love you.
It's weird for me to record on my own because usually she's sat right next to me, zoned out anytime I open my
Welcome
mouth.
to my life.
Sorry
I'm ready
about
to
that.
pounce for no reason.
Ready to fight me. Walking. No, do you know what she does when I talk? Yeah, we actually need to put this. We need to actually record ourselves one day because no, but she'll act different when there's a camera. She fully at some points I see her almost nap. If it's me and you like having like a little discussion, perhaps she's asleep, she's yawning, she's on her phone, sweat, like liking, commenting on
She
her
doesn't even
friends'
care about
pictures,
us,
like
really.
I'm trying to be like you, big man. See her.
Fire, fire, fire.
Anyway, so it's going
Bless
to be
you.
a bit weird.
But
It's
anyway,
just us two.
enough with the Asha tribute.
No.
It's been about 6 minutes of Asha. How are you, Reem?
Sorry, I was having a little bit of water. I'm all right, man. I feel like I'm good, alhamdulillah. I'm just, I don't know. I don't know whether it's the season change, but it just feels like there's not enough hours in the day. How about you? Sorry.
Oh, sorry, that just felt a bit out of place. But yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I feel like is this the first podcast since I've been back from London?
I think it might be, you know.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's bad.
Damn, son. That really is bad. Well, it's been 2 weeks.
But no,
But yeah, I'm
so-
good, man. We're just settling back into normal routine, which is from my bed to my sofa,
I'm dead.
working. Middle East news is keeping me busy this week, as per usual. But yeah, man, other than that, not much is going on.
Have you been releasing any new vlogs recently? I actually really enjoy them. Bearing in mind, I'm not going to lie to people, I don't really enjoy watching YouTube videos. I ain't got time. I'm not bothered. But you guys, it actually
I feel
really
like you
makes me
enjoy
laugh.
them because you like me. Does it really?
Yeah, I wonder. And actually, one of my work friends found
Aw,
herself on your
Reem.
page and said she really enjoyed the video of, I think it was
Really?
you and Fedra driving up to Sheffield or something. Jokes.
Some random video.
It was a really funny one. She was like, yeah, they're actually jokes.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you for watching, Reem's colleague.
Hey.
But yeah, no, I haven't uploaded this week because it's been like such a busy weekend. I was working this weekend, and it was just popping off in Saudi Arabia and all that. I don't know if you
What's been going on? I don't
keeping
know.
up with the news.
Of course, I know nothing. So can you please talk?
Okay, so in very, very, very short and simplistic terms, basically what happened was a drone strike or some sort of strike had struck 2 Saudi oil facilities, and obviously it kind of exploded and huge fires were sparked. And Yemen's Houthi rebels had claimed responsibility for that attack, but now there's like different reports saying that it was not from Yemen, actually it was from Iraq, and Iraq has come out denying it, and now everyone's blaming Iran, and now I don't know, it's all over the place. But basically, in short, Saudi Arabia got attacked and no one knows where the hell it came from.
Wow.
And that's pretty much what's been keeping me busy. Yeah, man, it's actually mad. Because I remember a few months ago there was a similar strike into Saudi Arabia, but it wasn't. I don't think it hit an oil facility. But anyway, it was a strike into Saudi Arabia that was also blamed on like Iraqi resistance groups or militias or whatever you want to call them in the south of the country. So no one really knows what's going on, but everyone seems to think it's Iran.
How interesting. What is your take on everything? Wow.
Honestly, at this point, it feels like a lot of blame game. Like no one actually knows what the hell is going on. On one side, it's quite embarrassing for Saudi Arabia to be hit and not know where it came from.
Yes, I hear
Being one
that.
of the most like being a powerhouse in the Middle East and not having a strong defense system, firstly, and secondly, not having good intelligence to know who is striking you. But I don't know, it's all a bit shambolic. Like obviously Saudi Arabia has been getting into multiple regional conflicts. It's involved in Yemen, so obviously it makes sense for the Houthis to be striking them, and they have been like increasing drone strikes across the border from Yemen into Saudi Arabia. But obviously they've also got beef with Iran, and they've got beef with like and Iran itself has a lot of regional influence and has a lot of funds going into militia groups and resistance groups or whatever you want to call them across the whole region. So really no one knows what the hell is going on, and obviously on this occasion, like I said, Saudi Arabia's been hit multiple times over the past few months, like many times over the past few months. And all of those strikes have been from Houthi rebels. But on this occasion, because it hit one of like the world's biggest and most active production sites for oil, I feel like they are laying the blame on Iran because they don't want the world to see that any rebel group from Yemen has struck its hearts.
Right.
Basically, that's my take on it.
Interesting.
But yeah, interesting, but also a bit stupid. Do you ever get the feeling like just grow up? Like all of them. I feel like I don't know what to do with these guys, wallah. It's just so annoying because they just every single day, every single week, there's just some madness going on between these world leaders.
Yeah.
Someone says something stupid. Someone returns that cast. It's just all a bit shambak.
It is fully shambak. And I remember, I don't remember exactly what the theory was called, but when I was in uni, for those who don't know, I studied politics. There was a theory that, I don't remember exactly how it was, but basically that, I need to find out. But it was something about how it's all an ego kind of, I think it was written by a feminist, I'm sure it was, an ego, like male, like kind of toxic masculinity purely. And I think there was something, okay, this is like off the record, Nathan, please cut this out, sorry, but I think it was something where they said it was something about like, I don't know if this is a dream. Maybe I shouldn't say it. Anyway, sorry. It was just like a really weird thing about like
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, I think you do. But anyway, but there was there was a full on
but
theory.
it's true though. Say that again.
There was a full on theory about that, I'm sure.
I've never heard of the theory itself, like officially, but I know like male ego starts wars and basically fucks the world over. Like it's actually insane when you really bring it down to like bare basics. It's literally that. It's male ego. That's
It's
what
like,
it is.
It's like really primal
And
when
it's
it doesn't
crazy
need to
that
be primal.
so many lives are affected by it. Exactly.
Okay, sorry, I'm Googling this theory. Okay.
No problem.
No one can look at my history because it's a really weird way of explaining it. Okay. I'm so dead. Oh my God. Sorry. Yeah, no, there's full on like things about this.
Like what we think you were talking about.
I think so, yeah. Penis politics.
Men are just dumb.
Sorry.
On all levels. I was waiting for that.
Anyway, yeah, so it's all just it's a bit mad.
It is a bit mad.
I'm just trying to remember. In my head, we had a full-on lecture about this, and I remember being like, "This is a bit weird," but also it making a lot of sense. Like it's just a time, like a opportunity to be like, I don't know, like not like in reference to anything else. I can't say anything now without going back to that. But as in, just exerting like power over everyone. It's just very strange. It's like there's enough. I feel like there's enough room for everyone. There's no need to be just killing off everyone all the fucking time. It's just very you know, when you just think, it's just, how are we in this position?
Boy, I don't know, man. Like I said, it all comes back to men. Men are just annoying. They just need to be, I was going to say eradicated, but that's a bit
It's a little bit extreme.
That's a bit intense.
I'm dead.
Do you know calling for genocide on all men.
I think all it is I think how we understand masculinity is so dangerous, and I think the problem is in our politics is run in that same way, and it's not realistic. It's not what men are actually like, because it's just like this whole false thing, and then you have I don't know, like I remember again when I was doing my dissertation, I was talking to my tutor, and he said, what do you think the solution, because I was writing it about Iraq obviously, and he asked what I thought the solution was, and I said like a compassionate female leader. And I made sure I said compassionate, because
Do you think that would work though?
well, probably not, but I think it would be a good idea.
But do you I mean, yeah, ideally in an ideal world, but do you think it's like, do you think it's likely for someone that's compassionate to come into power in today's age? A compassionate leader, I mean, compassionate female leader.
Yeah, what's her name? Jacinda Ardern.
Oh,
Yeah.
New Zealand.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. Actually,
I think
she was
she's
she's a
exceptional.
prime. I think it's the only prime example, right? Yeah,
but she's done it.
but I don't. Yeah, but I don't see that ever happening in the Arab world or the Muslim world. If I'm being completely 100% honest.
I think it could. I just think that there needs to be... No, I do think it could happen. I think what ends up happening though is, because of the way politics is, and because of how male dominated it is, you see women like Theresa May or Margaret Thatcher, and it's like they're trying so hard to fit in with this really masculine, because it's like a kind of eat or be eaten situation, and so you have to build up that you have to build up that harshness and that resilience, and it ends up coming out in really odd ways, especially they're both Tories, and we know what we think about Tories, which doesn't help either. But I think that's the problem, is that women think that it's a space that's not for them. But you see women in parliament. I know it's a bit different in Arab countries or Muslim countries, but I think that they're probably, I don't know the ins and outs of parliament and like political situations there, but I think that there must be people that are similar to Jacinda Ardern. Like, I just think that there must be, and maybe they're on the grounds doing the community work, but I think that there is a chance. It's just a matter of time. I do believe it's a matter of time. I don't think it's impossible.
Right now,
though.
I don't think it's feasible, to be honest. We're still trying to not get killed.
Yeah. You're right. Like
by our male relatives.
Yeah. Well, I mean, every country is different, and every family situation is different, and every social class is different in all of these countries. Like what a really rich Yemeni is going through is very different, obviously, to someone who's really poor. And so the what's it called? The privilege and resource that you have all shapes it. So you never know what Yemen you never know what the future holds for Yemen. Like tomorrow, a really powerful woman might come up out of nowhere, who's had a lot of access to education, and who's got family in the army, or do you know what I mean? You just never know.
Yeah, finds her way there. Yeah, that's true. I like how hopeful you are.
I do as well. It's like not at all realistic.
Cute. You're like an idealist. Proper optimistic.
No, I'm not. I keep having nightmares about climate change, bro.
Do you know what I heard this week? Yeah, this story blew my mind. I don't know why. I know why it blew my mind, but it's just basically what happened was, in Egypt, what's it called? What's her name? Some girl, like a teenager in Egypt, had killed her mother. Right? She strangled her mum because the mum said that she was gonna expose her secret boyfriend to her dad. So the girl got triggered and killed her mother. That blew me away.
Yeah, when you sent that, I was in shock. Story?
Oh yeah, I sent it. Oh yeah. My God, I don't understand how anyone can do that. Like, imagine putting your hands on your mother.
I don't know.
Strangling her to death.
It's mad. I don't know how. I don't know. When you sent that, I was like, what? Boy,
it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
What's gonna happen to the girl?
if I remember correctly, I think she was obviously arrested. So obviously, yani, she's gonna go. Do you know what? On the flip side, yeah. Obviously, she's gonna be arrested and charged by it. But on the flip side, this came like in the same few weeks as the Isra Ghraib case, yeah, and it taught me a lot because it showed me that the girl was probably in fear of that happening to her, if that makes sense. Like, obviously, we're not justifying her strangling her mum or reacting in the way she did, but the fact that her mum like threatened her, or threatened to expose her to her dad, showed me a lot about how we deal with situations in the Arab world or in the Muslim world as a whole. Like the girl was so fearful for her life that she had to end someone else's life. And I'm just wondering if that, yani if the case of Isra Ghraib in Palestine had affected her reaction in any way. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like as in, yeah, I understand.
Because it all happened in the same week, right? Or in the same 2 weeks at least. And there was such a big hoo-ha about the Isra case, and rightfully so. I don't know.
Yeah, it's...
Hello?
I'm here.
Oh,
Sorry. I was just...
wait, you're cutting up a bit. 1 second.
Sorry?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Sorry, I don't even remember what I was saying. Yeah, that happens though sometimes. Like, there's similarities in cases and stuff, I think. And yeah, I think you might be right in the sense of that shows so much about like the fear that you must be dealing with to just be able to do that, or not. I mean, who knows? We don't know intentions. We don't know what would have happened and repercussions. Repercussions could have been, you know, like a slap on the wrist or death. It's really hard to figure out what. Oh, it's like when I remember that, totally different. But I remember that woman in Dubai who blended up her husband and fed him to the workers.
What?
Oh God.
What?
All right. This is
When
gross.
was
So
this?
if you're eating, anyone listening, please like just stop or like just turn us off and then fast forward a few minutes. Basically, there's I think she was a Moroccan woman living in Dubai, and she was kind of like with this guy for like 7 years or something. And I think she was like like the breadwinner. She was earning, and she was like, he was kind of living off her. And I think she found out about him talking to another woman or wanting to marry another woman. I think she just flipped out. This is what I read off the news. And she killed him, cut him up, blended a bit of his... Oh, sorry, it's so gross. It's so gross, yeah. Blended his body like a little bit, like obviously the chunks, and made like a kebsa style dish, which is like, yeah, like meat, like chicken or lamb or whatever on rice.
Meat and rice, yeah.
Yeah. And then fed it to, she had builders working for her. This is what upsets me. I'm like, what did they do to you? And she fed that to them. And then I think the way that they found out was because his brother went over to the house and like he ended up finding like a tooth or teeth in the blender. Oh, sorry.
What's he doing looking in the blender, firstly?
I don't know.
That's mad. That's a mad story.
Yeah. Let me just make sure it's
What
all
brings
legit, but
people
I'm
to do
sure
these things?
it was. I'm sure I read it and I was like, oh my God.
Are you propagating fake news on this podcast?
Probably, knowing me. Let me find it.
No, but that's insane, wallah. I don't understand why or how people get to... I think I asked you this question once actually, but I was saying...
Yeah, sorry.
Do you
I found
think,
it.
yeah?
Sorry. Moroccan woman has been accused of killing her lover
on.
and serving her up his remains to Pakistani workers in the UAE. Human tooth was found inside her
God.
blender. Yep, she confessed to the police, calling it a moment of insanity. Okay, sorry.
So that brings me on to that point exactly. Do you think people like that could ever claim to be mentally unstable? Or do you think you could be in your right mind and do these things? Because I just find it so unnatural and so like anti-life that it makes no sense for anyone who's right in the head to do that. What do you think?
It's really difficult because I think that, okay, I think if there's something that's not, I don't want to say not quite there, but let's say somebody has a mental illness which impacts their kind of, how do I say this, like cognitive ability, or something is like turns off the inhibitions, or like something. Okay, you see how certain substances can control our inhibitions, like it also, when you drink alcohol your inhibitions reduce, right. So you're like, okay, right now it would be a good idea for me to jump in the road, because it's just like that bit of your brain shuts down. And I think if you are like either under the influence of something, or if you are have an illness basically which shuts a bit of that down, or you have less of it, then I think it might feel like you're in your right mind, and then you do something and thinking you think, yeah, no, this is it, this is what I want to do. Like I think what lots of people who like, okay, like serial killers and stuff, but then there's people that I think at some stage it is a matter of like kill or be killed, and then in that you still feel like you're in your right mind, because you're like, it's not a moment of insanity, this is a risk to my life, and it feels like the best thing for me to do. And then I think that, I don't know, like I can't imagine like me just randomly walking down the road and having a fight with someone and thinking like, okay, yeah, it's time for them to die. Like it's really hard to think that someone might just do that, but I don't know, I just never see that it could come from a place where it's like natural or whatever, unless it's that complete threat and it's just when all inhibitions are reduced.
So you think anyone who kills in defense of their own life is probably more than likely in their right mind, but anyone who kills just for the sake of killing, or serial killers and all that, cases like that, or in the case of this Moroccan woman who made a milkshake out of her husband. Oh, do you think? I'm sorry. Do you think she's in her right mind? Do you really, really think she was in her right mind?
No.
That's what I want to understand.
No, I don't.
Because you don't think they're in their right mind.
No, I think I think something happens where it feels like where the person doing it feels like they're in their right mind. Like at the time, I don't think something happened so that you feel like this thing makes sense.
So then in that case, should they be prosecuted for murder and sent to prison?
If in that case, should they be sent to prison?
Yeah.
If they've killed someone?
If they're not in their right mind.
Oh,
if they're not in their right mind and they've killed someone.
I think there's a difference of insanity and just losing your temper.
No. Oh, okay, fine.
Right?
Okay,
like,
I hear
okay,
that.
say for instance, the video that I sent to you today. I sent a video. For anyone who hasn't seen it, I'd suggest it. Basically, there's a young man who is in prison for murder. Did you watch the video, Sana?
I read the article, but I didn't get to the video.
Okay, cool.
I read the whole article.
He, there was a whole situation years ago. He must have been about 15 or 16 when he was convicted for one murder and an attempted murder. And he's now, I don't know, this is a few years later, maybe like 4 or 5 years later. And he's kind of reaching out to young people really and talking about his situation and what happened. And he basically, what happened with him is it was a fight gone wrong. And all it was, and he said it himself. Sorry?
No, go on.
He was like, if I didn't have the knife, it wouldn't have gone this far. It wasn't a matter of life and death. It was purely a matter of, I lost my temper. Like, he never says this, but that's ultimately what he's saying. He's saying at most it would have been a fist fight. And he says that. He goes, I would have got a black eye. He would have had a few bruises. I'm not saying a fight's okay, but a mother wouldn't have lost their son. And so it's like at that point, and because he's young, it's a bit different. And this is why we should be investing in people and not just throwing them in prison for every opportunity. Like obviously his situation is different, but I mean in terms of when there's 13-year-olds that are starting to misbehave, or you know, in school, teachers just the best thing for them to do feels like kicking everyone out, and it's just never the right like never. I don't know any time exclusion has been a good option. Like there's ways around it. Well, I say never, but I guess there's lots of situations I don't know about. But in my experience with the cases that I know, but yeah. So what happened with him is really it was he lost his temper. It's different to insanity. Insanity is like you can't see anything different at that point. You don't see that there's another option or whatever. He even said, I don't know why I was carrying a knife, because what did I feel like I need to protect myself from? It wasn't like he was a gang kid or anything. It was just like purely just that. And I think with this woman, she was frustrated and she couldn't control her temper. It's not, I wouldn't say it's insanity. There's in my head, there's a difference.
Does it say why she killed her husband?
Yeah, because he was thinking about marrying another woman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually insane.
Yeah.
The fact that she reacted in that way for that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's a big deal to some people and not to others, but wow, that really is wow.
But I think also what had happened is not in any way justifying her behavior, but for many years she was kind of supporting him, and I think she just got so frustrated that it ended up like it just got like that. And this is what I mean, like this is what ends up happening if you're not like addressing stuff. Like for 7 years you just keep bottling things up, keep bottling things up. Next thing you know, you make kebsa out of a man. No, sorry, you need to get some therapy or some shit. Like go somewhere with your feelings, because boy, you might be, but you never know though. This is the thing. Think about how many things happen to people and you're like, that could be any of us. Like any of us could one day get so frustrated or so angry, or like, because like I said, I think it's about losing your temper in many ways.
I don't know, man. Like I just never see myself. I just can't. I don't see myself ever being able to lose my temper to that extent.
No, me neither. Like if you ask me to
I
kill
can
a
barely
squirrel,
lose my temper. If you ask me to kill
a squirrel, like I'd be like, why? Like what the hell? Like
that's because you're vegan, fam.
No, I'm not vegan. Pescatarian.
Whatever. Oh, by the way, guys, Reem has downgraded from vegan to pescatarian, just for everyone listening.
Well, no, let me explain the process. It was vegan for about 6 months, then it was vegetarian for like a year, and now I'm pescatarian because I started losing my memory. I don't eat fish that often, like maybe like once a week or once every other week.
Is that actually why you went back to pescatarian?
Yeah, bro.
Because you lost your memory.
I started losing my memory.
For real?
Started being like a fish.
Can't you just say that fish oil vitamins or whatever it's called?
What?
There's vitamins.
Did you say fish iron?
How do you say it? Vitamins or vitamins?
Vitamins.
Fish oil.
Yeah, like omega-3 and shit.
That's the one.
Yeah, bro. That's all good for your heart and your brain. And other stuff.
I mean, I'm just gonna say it. I see a pattern here.
What, bro?
Next week you're gonna be in Chicken Cottage.
No, it would not. No, it wouldn't happen.
Are you sure?
Okay, this might be a good time to tell everyone my confession. Okay, it was a dark and dreary afternoon, and I was like, sometimes I go to the drive-thru just because I just want chips and like a drink. So this one afternoon, I was coming back from work, and are you all right, bro?
Yeah, sorry, just turning up the AC.
Oh, okay. And I smelt chicken, like KFC chicken, and I remembered that smell. I was like, I like this. I remember liking this. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get myself some boneless chicken. Anyway, and I hadn't eaten chicken. I haven't eaten chicken for a while. Like it's been like 2 years now. Anyway, so I get to the window. I'm all gassed. I get my food. First of all, I noticed how expensive it was. It was £8 for a boneless chicken meal. And I was like, usually if I go drive-through, I pay £2 or something for chips and a drink, yeah? So I never pay more than £3, £4 max. I was like, what the hell? Anyway, so I was driving and I picked up a strip. I was on the A40, yeah? And I was like, okay.
I don't know what you were thinking.
Anyway, so I took a bite, bruv. The first thing I realized, it was so hot. Like it was so hot, and it was also chewy. And it also, what I'll say is, it felt like my teeth were not used to eating it. Like I was like, I didn't know how to eat it. I was like,
the texture of it, yeah.
I was like, I was like, this is weird. Anyway, because it was so hot, I couldn't really taste anything. I was just like, yeah, cool, I'm hungry. I had the other one, and on my life, I started tasting that zephyr taste, and I can't explain that taste or smell or whatever to anyone, yeah? But what is the word? It's like that eggy, chickeny nastiness, yeah? And I was like, no, bun this. And I was like, I don't know why I did that. And that was it. I was like, I'm never eating chicken ever again. It was disgusting. I don't know why I got excited. The smell doesn't taste like the smell. It was just grim. And honestly, the texture, oh God.
Let me tell you where you went wrong, Reem. Let me tell you where you went wrong.
KFC.
First of all, you can't go to KFC and get boneless strips or whatever the hell you got, right? You have to get the real deal. Like the bucket ones. That's what you have to get. Those nice... What do you mean,
I never even...
You have to get the nice,
even
juicy,
when I ate
soft chicken.
Even when I ate chicken, I never used to eat chicken pieces because that's all long.
What?
Nah,
So
mate.
what the hell did you eat?
Spicy wings.
So you've always been a boneless strips?
Boneless chicken and spicy wings.
So how do you get... Do they even have spicy wings in KFC?
Yeah, I just thought I can't eat... I thought I can't see bones. It's been so long. I was like...
Listen, if you woke up that day, thinking I'm gonna eat meat, yeah, should have gone to Amigos, got yourself a Jacob burger, or gone to Chicken Cottage.
Nice.
Got yourself a nice
talking about it makes me feel sick.
Burger.
Really, like my stomach is just on a hype. Ooh, soz.
I'm just kind of upset, to be honest. I'm upset. Number one, because you didn't enjoy it. Number two, because you didn't get the right thing. Number three, because you did it all without telling us. And I swear I was in London as well.
Yeah, you were.
Rude.
But listen, it was because it wasn't planned. I didn't wake up that morning thinking, knowing I was going to eat chicken. I would never. It's not something you wake up
Well, you
thinking.
just lost your temper, yeah?
A what?
Moment of insanity.
It was, that was a moment.
Moment of insanity.
That was a moment of insanity. Like, I can safely say I was not myself. I don't know. I saw red. The smell got to me, truly. And I was just like...
Sour chicken.
I was like, I remember liking this. And then it just... Bro... Nah, I felt it baqaq in my belly. It was too much. The next day, and later that night, my stomach was on one.
No, but I understand how you must have felt disgusting, to be fair, after not having it for 2 years, to put that back in your... No. Mm-mm.
Can I tell you what
it must
I
have been
felt
in
like?
all day.
Okay, first of all, I felt like guilty, and then I felt ashamed, like I failed myself, yeah. And then I felt the animals and just everything. It was just not a nice feeling. And
it just went downhill,
bro. But I just was like, nah, what did I do? And then I went and I had a meeting, and one of the people there is vegetarian and one of them is vegan. And I looked at them and I go, I can't even look at you properly. And they were like, why? And I was like, I had chicken. And they were like, oh, and I was like, it was disgusting. And it was like I had to proper confess because I felt like so wrong. I couldn't look them in the eye. I hope our favourite vegan is
about that.
Oh, but quickly, sorry.
Vegan? Oh, from Instagram.
You what?
From Instagram, our favourite vegan.
Our favourite vegan, yeah. I feel like she's going to listen and be tutting and be like, wow, Reem. No, but can I just
That's
say,
cool. It's all
do you
love.
know about the climate strike on Friday?
Do I know about? Wait, you just cut up. What did you say?
The climate strike on Friday.
No, what's going on?
Okay, so basically it's like a global strike, and I think it's like across 120 countries. So young people are leaving school, they're walking out of school, and they're urging like adults and like, so more like unions and workers and companies and stuff will be joining them. So it's basically
Okay.
a few days before the United Nations Climate Summit, and what they're doing is striking against I guess like more action against climate change and stuff. And yeah,
Right.
I'm really excited to see where, like, what happens. Unfortunately, I'm not striking,
So
but maybe I should.
why are you not striking? Why are you not striking? Hold on. So is it everyone that goes to work basically is going to take the day off and go to a march, a protest, or how does it work exactly? Or is it just people that work in corporate and all that?
No, it's for anyone. It's a global thing. Like, you could strike. It's just that I think people are trying to make it more. Sorry, I lost what I was saying. I was trying to find the what's it called? Oh, sorry, I'm trying to find the right thing. Nathan, cut that
It's
one
all
out.
right.
Sorry.
It's weird because I haven't heard about this at all.
Oh, really?
I haven't heard this. I haven't heard anything about this at all. Yeah.
Okay.
Is this meant to be like some major global thing?
Yeah. What happens if you leave work to join the climate strike on 20th of September? Yeah, people will be walking out of schools and walking out of work. And yeah, so all the young people
It's
have
actually
asked for
scary,
adults to
man.
join them. I'm trying to find. Okay, yeah. So the Central London Rally takes place from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Millbank near Westminster, which will include a climate alarm moment at 1 p.m. with people sounding their alarms for 1 minute wherever they are. Interesting. Restricted. Sorry. Sorry, I'm
You're still
literally just
reading?
reading about this. Yeah, so lots of what unions have decided to work alongside young people and try and make sure that people are able to walk out. So it's really cool. So if you're able to join, and I might see if I can
Please
take a
join
day
the
leave.
strike, yeah. I wonder if there's gonna be anything in Qatar, because I saw recently actually they had some sort of like a what's it called, like a branch of extinction rebellion in
Hey.
Qatar. Like they had a meeting when I was in London. Actually, I saw that they had a meeting here. So I'm interested to see if there's anything going on there, or they might have just like a separate event, because I'm sure they're not gonna have like a march or something.
Yeah.
But I'll check it out 100%. Honestly, climate change is freaking me out.
It's
I didn't expect it
terrifying.
to. I've never been scared of it. I've never even given it a thought.
Babe,
but like
nightmares.
recently, especially actually, yeah, you've been having nightmares about it. That's how serious it is.
Yeah.
I feel like we're just not taking it seriously enough. It's just all. Do you know what's annoying? People have been warning us for decades.
Yeah.
Decades, and now when we're at the deadline,
It's mad when it's
everyone's
like
suddenly waking up.
irreversible.
Irreversible, does that actually mean irreversible though?
There is lots of things that are irreversible now. Like there's things that we've just damaged already, but we could prevent more damage. And what's happening is we're not, like, the level of damage that we're doing is like terrifying. I like genuinely,
you know
I
what-
hope it's not how I imagine it to be. In my head, I'm not going to tell you what it's like in my head, bruv. I had a dream we built an underground bunker.
No, please. You know, there's bear there in Northwest. One of my friends has a bunker in her backyard.
It's wicked. Listen, that's going to be useful, boy. Well, no, inshallah, we
For
don't
real,
need to.
I already
sorry.
told her. I bugged it. No, but listen, tell me what you expect. Because I
Nah,
feel
I
like everyone needs a
can't.
wake-up call, honestly.
I feel like people are gonna
Why?
think I'm absolutely mad for how I
No, they're not,
think.
because we know. No, it's not mad. It's not mad at all. It wouldn't be in the news if it was mad.
Bro,
It's not like
I
a
think
conspiracy theory or,
I think planes will be banned soon.
go on. Do you do you think?
I
Go
think-
back to horse and carriage.
No, real talk. I think planes will be banned soon. I think that the air, like, I don't know. I think that something's going to happen to our air that is going to make it, even if we wanted to have planes in the sky, it would be really hard for them to fly. I can't explain it, but I feel like there will be chemical reactions with the bloody...
It'll just get dense.
I
Smog.
genuinely think that it's going to be like...
Really?
Okay, in my head, it's all like an apocalypse. Is that the right word?
That's how I see it. Yeah, 100%. But
Like-
do you think something to that extent? Yeah, because that's when we're talking about apocalypse, we're talking about something that's like near the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think is very likely for us to see that apocalypse, or for us to see the first initial steps towards that?
I think we are in the
In our
initial
lifetime.
steps.
Do you think?
Yeah.
But do you think we'll really like feel it? Because I feel like everyone just going on about their day. Honestly, I feel like it's just like a very, very small minority of people.
No, like lots of people,
like you and I, that are thinking about this.
lots of people are changing their like future dreams and stuff. Like people are
Habits.
deciding to not have children. People are, like if they wanted to move or do something different, they are changing their aspirations based on this. Now, I'm always in two minds. Part of me, and as a Muslim as well, it's very different because we have different ideas of how things will end. Is another thing. So it's like on one hand, I'm like,
Exactly. That's what I wanted to say.
on one hand, I'm like, oh my god, the world is going to end from climate change, and on another, I'm like, okay, but I also understand this. So I'm like. Obviously, Islamically, I'm led by that, but I also recognize the damage that we're doing to the earth is very frightening, and I think will speed up anything, like end of the world wise. Sorry, I don't know how we got here, but I just realized that we're talking about this. Well,
this is some doom and gloom shit. We're talking about like crime and making cups out of your husband.
Yeah, it's weird.
Climate
isn't it?
change and the apocalypse. We need Asha back.
We do. We need her to come and talk some shit, to start cussing. No, not cussing. To start talking about how much she loves Kim Kardashian.
Exactly.
No, yeah, I don't see it ending well, and I think it will be in our generation because I think the speed in which things are going is really like denting the planet really fast. But I'm not an expert.
Do you know
I'm
what's
not a scientist,
interesting,
bruv. I'm just some chubby Arab. Sorry, go on. What's interesting?
In 1900,
Yes.
right? As in the year,
Yeah.
there was 1.65 billion people on the planet.
Yeah.
In 2019, there's 7.7 billion.
Yeah.
Isn't that mad?
Yeah. It's just, yeah, it's
Like in just over 100 years, there's been 5 billion extra people on this planet.
yeah, it's very scary. It's very, like,
People need
honestly,
to stop having babies.
listen, babe, I'm overwhelmed all the time by fear of like, what the hell are we doing? But I'm sorry to change the subject just very, very quickly because I feel like it's just gone really like scary. And I think we should all do our bit 100%, but I also think it's really hard finding a balance of like having like taking action and still being hopeful, because I find that I'm like trying to take action and then I'm like hopeless and I'm like, we're all gonna die tomorrow, and it's like we can just try and make the world a better place for us and our children and their children and whatever. But on that note, I've discovered this Instagram page called the Nap Ministry, and the
Nap,
Nap
N-A-P.
Ministry, like nap, like sleep nap.
Okay.
And I just want everyone to follow them. So it's basically, it says, we examine the
Check them out
liberating
now.
power of naps. We believe rest. Oh, wow. Sorry. We believe rest is a form of resistance and reparations. We install nap experiences. So oh my God, they're just amazing. So you just go on their Instagram. It's literally at the Nap Ministry. And their posts just amazing. So
they basically just promote napping.
Yeah, just purely about rest, about how important it is for us to rest.
Interesting. So one of these posts here, they say is,
And,
we have all been, so one of the posts here says, we have all been scammed. Productivity is not exhaustion. Another one says, sleep deprivation is a racial justice issue. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are not a machine. Stop grinding.
You don't have to earn rest. Grind culture is an extension of white supremacy. We don't align ourselves with oppression. I can't listen. I'm going to be honest here. I need an explanation for that one.
Of what?
Grind culture is an extension of white supremacy.
Mm-hmm.
We don't align ourselves with oppression.
I think
what's the link there?
So the idea is that so the idea that we always have to be doing something and we never stop moving is one that is not really human, because it's you're pushing your limits and you're not taking time for yourself. Now, in order to be kind of resistant to oppression, you have to be present, you have to be awake, you have to be there. If you're working too hard, you lose that. And we all, I don't care who you are, we can all say we understand that and we've been there. When you're working to your limit, and all these motivational speakers who are if you don't work as much as you want to breathe, you will not be successful. It's no, that's not right.
You sound so good at it.
No, because I've heard it all and I'm no, I don't need to wake up at 4 a.m. I don't need to do that, because what I need to do is just chill a little bit, and that's okay. Sleep is important. There's a reason we were created to sleep and to rest, and why as soon as we overwork ourselves we get ill, or you know what I mean. And so it's
I hear that.
Yeah, so I think what they're saying is it's a form of how systematic oppression is in whatever ways we fall into that oppression, is that we're encouraged to always keep going, and sometimes you can't. And in order to be really productive, you have to work efficiently.
Rest.
Right? Efficiency is not about working 24/7. It's about saying, okay, I've got 10 hours to do something, to do this thing, 10 hours free time today, which is, no one ever has 10 hours of free time, but let me spend this amount doing this thing that is about my self-care and about me putting myself first, this thing which is the task itself, and the rest, resting or socializing or doing something. But it just keep pushing, it never solves anything. You just burn out.
Yep. I hear that 100%, but I do agree with you. However, on some level, not to the extreme extent, but on some level, I am part of that motivation culture that you just cussed out, basically. But I'm finding a hard, I'm finding it hard to balance the two, because on some level, obviously I agree that everyone needs rest and that you can't work to your full potential if you're not rested and you're not looking after yourself. But on the other level, I feel like sometimes as human beings we get so complacent with ourselves that we don't actually unlock that human potential that we have. And I feel like God has given us so much more abilities than we actually even notice.
I agree.
So on some levels I'm do you know what, sometimes you can wake up at 4 a.m. and get shit done, and you probably should in some cases, but I guess it just depends on individually, the lifestyle that you want to live, or the person that you are. If you don't want to build a $1 billion company, then obviously waking up at 4 a.m. is not for you. if you just want to go to your 9 to 5 and do this and do that, then
Well, I think it's less about that. I think it's more about the thing of working efficiently. It's about working smarter, not working harder. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, it's about how you work as opposed to
no, it does.
how much
Definitely.
you do, right? So like there'll be people that wake up at 11 a.m. and have $1 billion companies, and it might just be a matter of
Right.
like luck or inheritance or whatever. It's not it's not a reflection of your work. And there are some people who you know, so it's really hard. And I think that's my concern with those very generic motivational things, is like you're making like a one size fits all thing, when actually, like you said, and I agree with you 100%, I'm right by the RAF thingy,
okay.
so I always hear planes and jet fighter practice and whatever. Anyway, so we all have that potential. You're completely right, but it's about finding the what suits you, and it's like in rest, in reflection, in space for yourself. Do you find that? But the pushing and like forcing yourself thing, and I don't think. So, I mean, some people work well like that, but I think if you are just exploring it, it's really hard, because it's like you feel like, okay, well, if I'm not up at 4 a.m. in the morning, or if I haven't achieved this, or if I, whatever, you're setting yourself goals that are really hard to achieve, and then you end up just feeling like a failure if you don't, you know, go to the gym at 5 a.m. or whatever.
Right.
So I don't know, but it's about finding what works for you, I guess. But anyway, I found the nap ministry amazing, because I was like, I need that. I need people to tell me to stop, really.
Yeah. I feel like it's the antithesis. How do you say it? How do you say it?
I don't know what you're trying to say, bro.
Hold on. Antithesis. It is antithesis. That's the right word. But yeah, it's the antithesis to the personal motivation coaches out there, this snap ministry thing. And I think it will give me a good balance on my timeline, because my timeline is just screaming at me all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. I find that too much, man. I respect it if that's what people, if that's how people move forward. But like for me, it's like my thing is I need to be told it's all right. Like that's why even things like when we're recording this, I would love to be doing this even more than once a week. You know, them ones where it's like I actually really enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I love that people enjoy it. Like, and when we're getting really nice messages, I'm like, oh my God, like people really listen to this and people relate to this and everything. But then sometimes it's like, there's also that balance of like, okay, let's not beat ourselves up if things are not so consistent. Sometimes, like, you know what I mean? It's just about that balance. Like you're trying, but it's like sometimes things just aren't in your control. And that's right.
100. That's 8.
And I think on that note, I think we've done pretty well without Shambak.
Yeah. We don't need her.
So listen, Asha, with your new deal with fucking Love Island podcast, like just enjoying it.
Imagine.
Hi guys, welcome to the Love Island podcast. I'm your host, Ash Everyday. And I'm joined by Maura Higgins and Amber Rose Gill. With our dead fake laugh.
And her white man voice.
Oh, bless her.
Oh, I actually miss her, man. Shit.
It was not the same without you, Asha. And I'm sure I'm sure people made it after 2 minutes. Was like, bun this, bruv. No, I think people love us. No, but thank you guys so much for your patience with us. Like, honestly, it's so appreciated, and all the lovely messages and all the engagement. Is that what it's called? Why do I always forget what it's called?
Yes. It's engagement. Yeah.
And we will actually, I think we should do a live soon. We will do a live soon, because I feel like lots of people have been asking, but we will set a time. Oh, sorry, I just did a deep breath, and then I like, you know when you do a deep breath and it's like a drum at the back of your throat?
What?
Do you know what I'm talking about? Like your deep breath
gets in the back of your throat.
Your deep breath gets interrupted by like a drumming. Anyway, sorry.
Anyway,
Yeah.
on that note.
we'll figure out a time for the live and stuff. And yeah, it's been emotional. Sana, we didn't beef. We never beef.
Because we never beef. we know who beefs here.
Yeah.
And this podcast has just proven it.
Hashtag no names mentioned. At Beyonce.
Anyway, do you want to do the sign off?
Yeah, okay. So no, I can't, sorry. I fucking panic.
No, you can. Go on.
I don't know.
Go on,
how do we
Reem. Go
even
on.
end this?
Go on, Reem. Just do it in your own way.
Thank you guys so much for listening to our podcast. Please, listen again. Like,
was so
comment,
cute.
share, subscribe, follow us on Instagram at £3.30. Follow Sana on at Sanasina with 2 eyes. Follow Asha at Asha Everyday.
That's right.
Message us, comment on the Instagram, YouTube videos. Like, just message, just reach out.
That's
We
right.
love it. Twitter. Are we on Twitter? No. We're on Spotify.
We're
We're
not on
on. I beg you do this because I'm really bad at it.
No, you're doing so fine. Anyway, you can find us on Spotify and the Apple Podcast app. We are everywhere except the SoundCloud app. And we shall see you guys next week with Asha.
Asha.
Every day, hopefully.
Bye.
Bye.